Okay, let's go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Snaggin Night Live. It is Thursday night, January, February, March, April 10th. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. What's up, Austin? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I'm great.
Yep. Been a pretty standard week. Nothing too crazy, so that's good.
Yeah, I've been busy at work, but I'd rather be busy than bored.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think the craziest thing that's happened to me in the last 7 days is truck needed a new battery, but that's not really all that crazy. So we're doing pretty good.
Well, good. We got some people rolling in. I was watching the bait shop earlier. What's that?
I said, heck yeah.
I was watching the bait shop a little bit ago. I finally got a wrench from Chatt after almost 2 years. So,
and you're a member.
I know.
That's
what I'm saying. I've been a member for 20 months.
Yeah. Yep. I had to beg for mine, but I didn't have to wait as long as you did.
So, all right, we got some people in here. We got Sampy's always first. Well, most of the time, plus like 98% of the time, Sampy's first.
What's up, Sampy?
Hello. There's Josh living at Waters Outdoors. Appreciate you coming in, Josh. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, Josh.
There's Michael Grumpy Vet.
Hey,
want
Mike.
to be outdoors saying evening. Chris from Catfish with us saying howdy, y'all.
Hey, Chris.
There's Tom LG Bass.
Hey, Tom.
I gotta schedule a time to take the camper and hang out a weekend at Tom's place and go fishing at the dock.
I know. I need to do the same thing. I've been saying I'm going to, and then something comes up and whatever. But yeah, I need to do the same exact thing.
I'm just horrible at planning because every time I'm like, I need to make this plan, and I'm like, well, what if it doesn't work out? What if something pops up? What if this? What if that?
Yeah. So,
but I always find that if I just make the plan, I usually stick to it.
Well,
so anyway, in saying that, there's 3 Nights. Good evening. How you doing?
What's up, 3 Nights?
Pontoon Jody said, do I have a school in? Do I have an what?
In school. Is school in session? Is that what you say?
I don't know. Maybe you might learn something tonight.
I doubt it.
Probably not. You probably do everything the same way we do. I don't have any idea, but my monitor keeps flashing on and off. I don't know.
How you doing, David Smith? David Smith says, hey, Dustin and Austin. And we have a very special subscriber in here tonight. Get hooked on D Fishing. How you doing, D?
Hey, what's going on, D?
She said, who made tonight's thumbnail?
Me.
There you go. The artiste himself.
I do have to give a shout out to Mr. John Parker for the fish. He had that on another thumbnail that he made for us, and I pulled that and put it on this one. And the picture in the background is an actual picture of the James River.
What is it? I didn't look at it close enough.
At least I think I made it that way. I'm thinking that's what it was.
It probably is. There's Verlena Smith. Hey V, how you doing?
Yes, it is.
Gregory Lemon, how you doing, Gregory?
Hey, what's up, Gregory? Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Want to be outdoors, Matt? How you doing, Matt? Oh my I just went way down. Did I miss anybody? It was Crappy
Paul
Day,
Boyd,
Darren.
PNB Catfishing.
Yep. How you doing, Paul? Crappy Day, Darren. How you doing, Darren? Catfish Cowboy, the other Dustin. What's up, buddy?
What's up, 1 pound?
Catfish and Crappy. Hey, Mark.
What's up, Mark? Mark's in here early tonight.
Yeah. We might be caught up.
Let's see.
Caught up.
I believe I can fly. Oh, yes, I believe you are. Yes, we are caught up. Thank you very much. So there goes my monitor again. I don't know what's going on with that. My cable's loose. Yeah, the IT always has problems.
Mark says he's getting ready for bed. That's probably why he's in here.
Uh-oh. Your device will restart to update outside of activity hours, estimated 4 minutes. Oh boy.
Yep. Mine says that a lot of times. And then I reschedule it. And then I reschedule it again. I'm about to start tying some rigs, Dustin.
There we go.
Get
okay.
Started on this. I think tonight, folks, we're just gonna be hanging out. We're gonna be tying some rigs, getting some gear ready. I know Dustin needs to get some gear ready for that tournament. I'm gonna beat him in anyways.
Well, I just got to make sure I got all my ducks in a row so I beat Austin. He doesn't.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. And I'm gonna tie some rigs, so I have a couple in a bag, and I was thinking about giving away a couple rigs to you fine folks tonight. Simple rigs, nothing complicated.
We're going to talk about a couple things too, and then we're also
you can make it as complicated as you want, though.
We're also going to give away Team Snaggin Whiskers bait cow, the light blue, and a dark blue.
Oh, I like that. I like how the black really pops on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I got a ton of different colors of them that, like everybody else that Freddie makes them for. But I think for me, the gray looks best for me because it kind of looks like the hat that you're wearing.
Right. Yeah, I really do like that one because it doesn't really show from a distance, but it looks really good up close.
Yeah, I like how the black really pops, like when you look at it like that. Yeah, the fish itself.
Yeah,
I like it. Plus, it's that dark blue, which is TSW, anyways.
That's right.
There's Rebel River Cats. What's up, Doug? Doug, I got your. Doug was nice enough. He got me a couple of flags. Fishing Fever. Well, that's hard to say. Fishing Fever flags, and he was also nice enough. He got me some heated socks that I get to try out next winter. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've got something to look forward to. That far away, so that's pretty cool.
So I'm gonna.
Jody says she's driving and listening. Hey, this is Benoit. How you doing, Benoit?
Evening, ladies. Appreciate you coming up.
205 Wild Action. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? You going to the gathering again this year, bud? I saw 205. He was at the gathering last year. He stopped in.
Yeah, so he went live while he was there too, I think.
I'm going to pop the if I can find, I'm going to put the link in chat. I'm going to pin it to the top.
Okay.
So if anybody wants to come up and chit chat with us while we're putting our gear together, they are more than welcome.
Cool.
We're having an open mic night tonight.
205 says yes, he's going to be there.
Nice. There we go. I have pinned the message to the top. If anybody wants to pop in and say hello, chit chat with us, you are more than welcome. and we will get everything started. A couple of things I was going to talk about. You know, I've fished with Austin a lot, especially over the last year, and I know if those of you that have watched the lives on my boat, you would notice that there's a big tote and a tackle box on the front seats of my boat. But they became cumbersome, and they got in the way. And even though I left them on there, everything in the tote got wet because that's the tote that was on the boat when my rod flew and hit the tote lid.
Yeah.
But but anyway, in fishing with Austin, every time we get on the boat, he always has a backpack with him. So I decided, oh my Lord, this thing is heavy. Oh, I decided to do the same thing. So I took that tackle box and I took that tote and I pulled all the stuff out of them. And I threw away a bunch of stuff that was unnecessary, a bunch of stuff that was waterlogged. I kept all I have some flares and stuff I'm going to put in a different container and put those on the boat. But essentially, I transitioned all my gear to this backpack.
Nice.
So I've got a pair of pliers. I got my scale. I got my one of my bait towels my daughter got me hanging off the back. I went the cheap route and I went to Walmart and I got the Ozark Trail and I put F.O.A. stickers on it. Sweet. But this has all my floats and rattles and three-way swivels and hooks. Which I'm going to be using tonight. And then I've got my camera box with my GoPro-ish. It's since I lost my GoPro, I got a Picasso camera. It's almost just like a GoPro. Video is just as good. It's 4K. Not as user friendly, but it still does the job. So I have something to hold my camera in.
Well, that's nice. It's always a good feeling when you get all organized.
Absolutely. Oh, look what else I got. Zip ties.
Yep. This is
these were in the tote in the front of the boat.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So, but I've got everything I need. I've got my other tackle box with my dragon weights and stuff in it. I put all my other sinkers, my egg sinkers, in this little side pocket right here. So I got a little nail clipper kit. I got pretty much everything I need. Got some extra F.O.A. power line.
Nice.
Oh, another thing that I did, I got when I bought the leader line from Freddie, it came out of the bag and got all tangled up and knotted up.
Right.
So I spent about 3 hours on last weekend, and I had a pool noodle, and I wrapped a whole bunch of long sections of leader line around these pool noodles. So now it's nice and neat.
Very nice.
And shoved them in this front pocket. So
I thought about just taking an empty spool and just spending the time to put it on it.
Yep. I got it so snarled up and tangled up that I had to cut it every so often so I could start from the beginning. So right. I have 4 different pool noodles in there full of leader line, F.O.A. leader line. Lisa, what's up? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us.
Hey, Lisa.
Hope everybody enjoyed the warm-up show.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
So anyway, it's going to be. I took that tote and the tackle box are no longer on the boat, so it frees up more space up front.
Yeah, that should free up quite a bit,
especially when we're throwing the cast net up there. I always carry a little nail clipper kit on the boat, so that if you get anything snagged or you have to cut a line, it's much easier if you don't have a knife on you.
Yep.
But so how do you tie your rigs, Austin?
Well, I'm just about done with one. But I do some different things. Not every rig is exactly the same, but when it comes to the knots, it is. But let's see. Just give me a second. All right, so here's one where all right, so we've got, this is a three-way swivel that you can get from F.O.A. customsandgear.com. It's I think it's rated for 110 or 120 pounds.
120.
Yeah, it's the so it's a bit beefier, and I like all my terminal tackle to be rated at least 100 pounds. Just for some comfort, I guess. But this rig right here, lately I've been throwing pretty good sized baits, so I like having some extra flotation. And this right here, let's see. So we'll start. So there's a boogie bead from F.O.A. that it floats and it also will spin. And then we've got a Nina Ninja green and yellow. Behind that, we've got a green bead, then a green float, then a green bead, and then I put the heat shrink that Freddie also sells. All of this is on F.O.A. the F.O.A. site, but that's some heat shrink that is flared at the end, so it goes over that snell knot and really protects that. So you're looking at, I don't know, about 20 inches, something like that, maybe 22, something like that. But I like having some rattle, but putting the rattle putting the Nina Ninja and the float on there adds some extra flotation for bigger baits that I like to throw in the spring and summer in the warmer months, usually when the water gets above 50 degrees. And when the hickory shad come up, that's usually when I will start throwing some bigger baits.
Yep.
So, but yep, not all my rigs match. A lot of times I really don't care about, the color or anything. It's more of a functionality thing than a cosmetic thing. But sometimes it's fun to see if you can get everything to match. And this one looks pretty good, I think. So.
Yeah, I agree. And Chris definitely said keep something in that pack that can cut a hook if needed. Yeah, I don't know that I have anything that can do that, but that's a great idea. Yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I think it was my neighbor. We were talking about terminal tackle, and I was telling him somebody asked me one time, I think it was a CatCon when I was at the F.O.A. booth, getting started, what would I recommend? I'm like, you got to find something that you like, that it makes that you're comfortable with, because that's the biggest thing, right? That you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And once you find that, no matter where you get it, that's you're always going to be your go-to, something you feel comfortable. You can change it up every now and again, but comfort is always a big thing. But also remember that the bait is for the fish, everything else is for the angler.
Yep, pretty much, especially when it comes to the looks. Yep.
So this right here, this is what I'm doing with this rod. Not last tournament, but I think the tournament before that, when I was out, I had an issue with a lot of my line getting caught up and wrapped around my propeller for my main motor and my trolling motor. So I was going through and I was changing out and pulling off some of the frayed line onto those. But I was also thinking too, I did a live, I don't know, 2.5 years ago, showing everybody how I set my hooks up. Oh, what's up, Wildcat Rigs? What's going on?
What's up?
He said, why don't you use the 8-inch spooks?
The 8-inch spooks? Yeah, it's a little more expensive to do that way if you're going to do, 6 or 8 rods that way. But, yeah, you definitely can. I have, let's see, I think I got one sitting here somewhere.
You call about one of them
the Mumbo Jumbos.
Mumbo Jumbos.
Yep. There you go, right there.
There you go. I don't have any of those.
There's that's a Mumbo Jumbo compared to a regular Nina Ninja.
I do have the 30-gram ones that you get from F.O.A, the big black ones.
Yep. Yep, those are good too. Those are good too. And some I'll mix it up, some rods will have some rattle and some rods won't have any, and some rods will have locked. But all right, how about Chatt? Chatt, how about you pick a color? And if I have that color, then I'll put it on this rig in some form or fashion. Whatever the first color. I don't even care what it is. I don't have anything purple, though.
We got Butterflies and Sunshine in chat. John Boys. Let's see. Jerry Hagar, 419. Fishing and Powder Coat. What's going on?
Hey, guys.
Yeah, so if somebody pick a color. And then Austin will see if he's got that. What I was going to say before was I did a live a couple years ago, and I showed how I did rigs. And red it is. And I had, at the time, I was putting one of these sinker slides. I put a sinker slide on my rig. I put one of these silicone beads to cover the knot. I'm a big believer in silicone beads as opposed to the plastic ones, because I think the plastic one does the same thing that the sinker slide would do to your knot.
Mm-hmm.
But in saying that,
I use the regular beads like to go in between the components of a rig, but if it's going to touch a knot, I use a silicone bead is how I do it.
But some of my, so over the probably this last year, when Freddie came out with the 3-way, this is an 80-pound. This is the 80-pound F.O.A 3-way swivel. Austin had the 120. But I was adding this to my line, where I also had a snap swivel at the end of every line. And so I had the snap swivel on, and then I put the 3-way on that, and it got kind of bulky up there. So moving forward, all I'm doing is tying my main line to one of these 3-ways, and then I'm making so like kind of like Austin, an 18 to 24 inch leader.
Yep.
This right here is one of the Fat Boy rigs. I think it's the Plain Jane.
Heck yeah.
It's got a bead.
I need to get more.
A bead. What's that rattle called?
Dual pop,
yeah. And then of course it's got a float. So I'm taking this, and I took the silicone bead and the sinker slide off, and I'm just gonna tie my main line right back to the top of this 3-way.
Sweet.
It's always important when you're fishing waters that have monster fish in it. You always want to make sure that your line is not at any frays or nicks, of course. So, like I said, I had wrapped a lot of these around my prop. I thought I cleared out. I think I cleared out. Yeah, that was good. I cleared out the ones that wrapped. So now I've just got to doing some maintenance on a couple of other ones. Burst or rattle. That's what I was looking for, Charles. Thank you.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
There's River Rat 3030. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man?
There's F.O.A. Customs and Gear. How you doing, Freddie?
Hey, Freddie.
Speaking of F.O.A. Customs and Gear, if you want to use code TSW10 or FEVER10, you save yourself 10%. Go check them out. At some point, everything on my boat will be sold from F.O.A. Minus the reels. I will always fish with Ancient Mariner reels. But at some point, everything that I fish with, the rod, the power line, the three-way, there you go.
Yep. Other than the heat shrink there, everything is red. And I'll tie up a few of these rigs, and we'll keep picking some colors, and we can decide which ones we want to give away, what we want to do. Let's see. How about we'll do a random one.
While he's doing that, we're going to go ahead and start a giveaway real quick for the I'll let whoever you have the light blue TSW bait towel or the dark blue TSW bait towel. Let me know which one you want when you win, and we'll go ahead and spin for that here in a couple minutes. Freddie says, Austin, you don't have one of those cool towels, do you?
I do, but not on me. Actually,
what's going on?
I gave 2 away today to Doug Tellie from Rebel River Cats. I met him today, and we exchanged some Christmas presents now that it's April. And so he has a couple of them. I have a ton of them. Thank you to Freddie. But none of them are sitting right here. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I've got all of my after tonight, all of my rods will have F.O.A. 30 or 40 pound power line on them. I've got one rod left I've got to switch out, so I'm going to do that here on the show tonight if I have enough time.
I was about to say you might want to get started.
Yeah.
Takes a while to put line on a reel sometimes. What do I want to use? Let's see.
Yeah, and Austin came up with a good idea that I use now too. When you're dealing with these, go ahead and put bait. Put bait in the chat. See if I can switch this. There we go. But Austin came up with a good idea when we were out on the boat one day with one of these 5-foot or 6-foot rods. They don't have the hook keepers, but I store my hooks in the eyes, but I never store it in the eye. I store it in the eye seat behind it, in that opening, because you never know. You don't want that hook to catch on that eye and create a groove that could cause your line to break going through it. So I avoid putting my hooks in the eyes at all possible.
What was my good idea?
Oh, you took the line and you wrapped it around the reel once.
Oh, yeah.
And then you took the hook.
Yep.
And put it through the eye, or that little seat behind the eye.
Yeah, that does work pretty well.
So it's nice and tight. It's in that little eye seat behind the eye. 222 OG Sean White, what's going on? Thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate the boom boom. Glad you're looking sharp, Mr. Clean's brother. Thank you so much.
What's happening, Sean?
So yeah, so that rod's ready to go. Got some got the Fat Boy rig on there. Got the F.O.A. 3-way swivel, and I'm gonna have I got some clips that I have. Either I'll tie a clip on there or put a clip on the 3-way, or I will tie another line, a longer leader line with I can put a loop on it for the weight and tie that on there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but I will make that happen. So there's that one. So we'll draw this for this bait towel at 9:35. We got 19 entries so far. Greg Burgess, how you doing, my friend?
Hey,
I see Mrs. Fever's in here. Jen Smith, how you doing?
Quick, somebody block her. She can see how much fishing gear I'm using.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she already knows.
I don't know.
There's Buck Williams. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming in.
So, Buck,
if anybody has any questions or suggestions about what we're doing here, please feel free to put it in the chat. Or, like I said, the link is pinned to the top of chat if you want to pop up. You are more than welcome.
You are more than welcome.
Ooh, hello. Glad the fan wasn't on. That would have been ugly. Oh, so this is that clip I was talking about that Austin gave me some of these for Christmas. Let's see if I can.
Oh yeah.
So you can. So it's it clips onto the 3-way, so that you can put your weight on there. And this right here, this rig right here. As soon as I cut this off, I'll show it to you. We may be going over in more detail in the near future. But this is another Fat Boy rig. Y'all know Palmetto Cats. This is the blinker.
The flasher.
The flasher rig. When it gets wet, that thing lights up. And let me tell you, I threw this into last weekend when I was live when my phone kept overheating. Right there towards the end, I cast this thing out. Probably a minute and a half after it hit the bottom, it went down. I pulled in another 20-pound flathead.
I think there's something to that flasher rig, because that video before, 2 videos ago on my channel, I got two fish, pretty good fish off of that flasher rig.
So I was doing some research. Well, I won't go into that tonight, but
there you go. Here's the Halloween rig.
Hold on a second.
Got an
Spooky.
orange bright bite hook, black bead, orange. What does he call these? The boogie beads? Is that what they are? And then black bead, orange float, black bead. That's the boogie bead. I don't know what the other is. It's a dual pop or versa rattle. And then
what's that little divider?
The little orange thing?
Yeah.
He sells them. I can't remember what goofy name he gave it, but he's
Fred, if you're still in here, let us know. I need to get some of those.
They're not the boogie bead. Is it the pill? Is it the something pill?
Let me go look it up and I'll find out.
Yeah, but all they are is I wish I wouldn't have dumped the bag out. Could have just showed y'all the bag. But there they are right there. He's got different colors of them, and they're foam. Okay. They're foam, so they will float. They're so small they don't have a lot of flotation, but they just got it's just a little cylinder, got a little hole in there. Oh, there I am.
Nice.
He's got the different colors.
Charles has a question. He says, when you're snelling your hook, Do you wrap away from the gap in the eye or towards? P.S. I sent you a few. Yeah, I saw your pictures, Charles. I said with using my hands a lot tonight, I'm not going to have a lot of time to do anything with that. But
do I wrap away from the gap? I wrap.
I'll be honest with you, I don't pay attention to that.
You wrap towards the gap, and then you feed it back through, so that the main line of the leader line is going over top of your wraps.
Right.
That would be a no-knot snell.
I think what he's. Let's see.
Like you feed it through the eye, and then you start wrapping. You start wrapping towards the gap of your hook, towards, and then you go back through the eye.
Yeah, but anyway, what's going on, brother?
Halloween rig. That thing looks pretty sweet. I think Kevin, you can go ahead and steal this idea if you really want to. You can. Let's go ahead and give
away this towel real quick.
All right.
We got 19 entries. Hide banners.
All right, we'll tie one
email. All right, here we go. We got anybody not put bait in the chat? We got. I'll give you one more minute. We got 19 entries.
Oh man, I had a red bright bite hook. I should have put that on the red rig. Dang it! Been the Christmas rig.
All right, we got 22 entries. Let's go ahead and draw this real quick. We'll do another one in a little bit. So let's put this full screen. 5. Well, once my monitor comes back. Perfect timing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, draw. There we go. Good luck, everybody. For the winner, please send me an email. My email is scrolling across the bottom. Greg Burgess. My friend.
I guess Donald Long ain't in here tonight.
There we go, Greg. Greg, send me an email. It's flashing or scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Let me know you want a bait towel on Snaggin Night Live and your address, and I will get it out to you, my friend.
Congrats, Greg. Come here, Dad.
Also, let me know when you're ready to do a giveaway for your.
Okay. Let me get one more rig tied up here, and then we'll do that. If that's okay.
That works for me. Austin said, question for Austin, says Josh.
Okay. What's the question?
Has Austin ate any Nutty Buddies lately?
I have not. I really haven't. And it's disappointing, to be honest with you. These are sad times we live in. Trying to be a responsible adult and not eat as much junk food, but Josh is trying to get me to give in to temptation.
Oh boy. Donald Long says, I'm here. I'm just giving others a chance to win on this one. Mrs. Fever said, if Austin doesn't stop dropping tiny pieces of whatever on my floor for our crawling baby to find tomorrow morning, I'm going to ground him from this show.
Okay.
Austin.
All right. I'll be better. I
think you need to put a towel down.
I need to just sit in a kiddie pool while I do this. And nothing will roll away.
Lisa said, "Oh, Austin, you gonna get it."
I know it.
Oh, Josh. Yeah, Josh, we went over this last time. He said, oh, man, I'll have you a whole box at the gathering frozen to send for Dustin to bring back.
That'd be pretty sweet.
That's if they make it back. That's gonna be a long drive. You know, I need energy, so nobody's gonna give me some energy on that long drive.
They'll definitely do that for you.
So this rod I'm messing with now is the 7'6" effing rod. If anybody knows the story behind my my line, I've got the orange Whisker Seeker line because when I was first starting out, I wanted the blue reels with orange line, and this orange Whisker Seeker line is the first orange line I could find. So I put it on my Ancient Mariner 6000. Broncos, Denver Broncos. Go Broncos. Josh said, I'd fish tonight, but it's storming. Yeah. Speaking of Broncos, look, there's Colorado Jay. What's going on, man?
Speak of the devil. What's up, Jay?
Appreciate you coming in. Anybody, like I said, the link is pinned at the top of chat. Anybody wants to show up? Mrs. Fever said 205. The problem is that by the time the show's over, he'll forget he dropped anything.
Yeah, there's some truth to that. Look, how about this?
Try to remind him.
How about the lemon lime rig? Ooh, a yellow bright bite hook, green bead, yellow spacer, green bead, yellow float, green bead, green rattle, yellow spacer, green and yellow boogie bead.
What's up, Stonefly?
Lemon lime.
So yeah, those little foam spacers are great.
Yeah, I like them. I haven't been using them for very long, but I do like how they space things out.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if we want to do a giveaway for a couple of these rigs, that's fine with me. See, y'all just saw the lemon lime rig. Before that was the Halloween rig, and before that was just that had a Nina Ninja and a float with a 10-aught get 'em hook. The other two that I just showed you are also 10-aughts, but those are bright bite hooks. This is a get 'em hook. Get 'em hook has a little bit wider gap, slightly different style. It's more of a octopus style, and the bright bite is more of a hybrid. It's kind of like a straight shank circle hook, where it still has that curved eye, but not nearly as much of a pronounced offset. So anyways, so there's that. You can with the float and the rattle, you can definitely put on quite a bit of bait on that, and it will hold it up. And then this is kind of the mix. Most everything is red. Nina Ninja, a couple beads, float, bead, and then another 10-aught get 'em hook. And all of them are tied to 120-pound 3-way swivels. So
Charles said you should name that greenish rig the key lime pie rig.
Key lime pie, yeah. I like it.
Gregory said you need to make a green and orange setups.
Green and orange. I bet I could probably throw some random things together. I'm actually, this show was actually an eye opener to me. I need to order some daggone Nina Ninjas.
Yeah, I found a bunch of mine in that tote that were just sitting in there.
Yeah, it's amazing what you'll just find that you you didn't know you had. Here's some more.
Like zip ties.
How about these absolutely beautiful Nina Ninjas that Nina painted? They're kind of a black with a sparkle. The light makes it look a little bit different than what it is, but these are really pretty. I got these at CatCon from them. Nina was very proud of those, as she should be.
I got the little orange ones. Look like
I do have a
Orange Julius.
Yeah, there you go. I do have one Fat Boy rig, the watermelon rig. I need to get more Fat Boy rigs. That's the only one that I have left, unfortunately.
That's right. That one I had last time was a watermelon rig.
A watermelon.
I couldn't remember the name of it.
Oh, there you go. Gregory says, call it the pumpkin rig. We can do that.
Nice.
Is that the one that y'all want me to give away? The pumpkin rig or Halloween rig or whatever you want to call it?
You want to do that, or you just want to give whoever wins a choice?
Oh, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care either way. Yeah, you're right. That would make more sense. I'm going to keep tying rigs anyway, so.
All right.
And
Fever in chat.
all those rigs are on 80-pound leader lines, so it should suffice pretty much anybody that is out here fishing for catfish.
All right, my last Whisker Secret line going out the door.
Oh man,
I'm okay with it. Yep, going with 40-pound F.O.A. power line.
Sweet. Let me tell y'all something. Those bright bite hooks, I mean, all of those hooks are sharp. And my favorite hook that Freddie sells is the Get 'em hook.
Yep.
But the bright bite hooks, those are some of the sharpest daggone hooks that I've ever messed with. And I don't know what the difference is as far as, how they're sharpened or maybe where they get them from or whatever. But these bright bite hooks, these are some dangerous hooks.
Oh, Austin, to answer the question from earlier.
Uh-huh.
Those sticks are called boogie sticks.
Boogie sticks. I knew there was something like that. Okay. Boogie sticks.
Yep, I'm gonna have to get me some of those. He's got a boogie pox, which look like pills.
Oh, that's what it. Yeah, that's why I was thinking pills.
Yeah, he's got the boogie pox or the boogie sticks, which the pills are just give you a little bit more flotation than the sticks do.
Gotcha. Yeah, the sticks are nice. They do a good job kind of separating all the components. I like them.
Saw Ed Evans in here earlier. What's up, Brian B? Bubbles in the house.
Hey, guys.
Thank you all for coming in tonight. Hope everybody's having a fantastic week.
I'm sure people are.
Anybody doing any fishing this weekend?
Me.
I plan on it. If you're actually going to go out and potentially or look at a potential horse trailer, so for my daughter, so that we don't have to keep borrowing something from somebody every time we go to a horse show.
Okay. Well, that's exciting.
So if that pans out, we'll be doing that on Saturday. But the lady who's selling it, if her horse show goes on, because she's got a horse show this weekend, so if that happens and we can't make it out to go look at it this weekend, then I will be on the river.
Sweet.
Randy said we are fishing Saturday and Sunday.
Randy Swain.
Oh, gray hair Swain.
Oh, Randy Payne.
Member Randy Swain. Whisker Warrior went Randy Payne. Randy Swain. Randy Swain.
I just dropped something. And Mrs. Fever, I heard her say, I heard that. We're screwed, folks. We're screwed.
I plan on going live on Saturday, so if I'm out there, I'll be live Saturday morning.
Awesome. Remember your tripod this time.
Yeah, no kidding. And I'll bring something to keep my phone cool too.
Yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah, I like how these I am really liking these boogie sticks.
Yeah, they look nice.
With them. I'll show you all this one. Here's a good looking rig, I think. That's a red bright bite hook with the bead, boogie stick bead, and the light makes it look pink, but that's a well, that is pink. Okay, that is pink, but it's a different shade pink than what I'm seeing on the screen. But then spacer, and then the silver Nina Ninja. I think the silver Nina Ninjas are some of my favorites. I've caught a lot of fish on the silver Nina Ninjas. So
I agree, Brian. I agree.
What did he say?
I felt like a rookie too.
Oh yeah, poor fella.
Yeah, he said last time Dustin was live, he looked like a rookie. Well, I hadn't done it in so long out on the water.
Kind of was a rookie. Just because it'd been a while. It takes a little bit of time to get reacclimated to things.
Yeah.
If you haven't done something in a while. That's why we all need to be very supportive of Brian when he starts fishing again, because it's going to take him a minute to get on some fish. We just got to be patient with him.
Gregory said, "Gotta let the dogs out, Dustin." That's right. Randy wants to know where you got the pink from.
Where I got the what?
Pink.
The
float,
pink,
I guess.
The pink float. That all came from F.O.A. That all came from F.O.A. Freddie sells those mixed bags. So, yep. He sells, let's see, this is an old bag, but the Bright Bite series floats. I know I just took myself off of full screen, but it'll be a bag like that, and it'll have it'll have a yellow in there, a green, couple of each color. And then what I really recommend is so on these, let's see, find one that has one. On these rigs, I've been putting the heat shrink right on the snell knot. Well then, oh thank you. And then up here towards, oh my god, I'm gonna get a hook in my leg. Up here towards your three-way swivel, on the leader line side of the three-way swivel, I'm not too worried about that knot right there, because it's kind of, it's behind the three-way swivel. But when I tie my main line onto the other side, oftentimes I will again put that heat shrink, and that heat shrink is right. It's only had heat added to it for a certain amount of length, so it'll go right over top of the eyes on the swivels and the eyes of your hooks. He sells a couple of different colors, I believe. The green has the biggest or the most amount of room in it. Some of the other colors will not fit over top of like the 120-pound swivels and the big 10-aught eyes of the hooks. But anyways, so I'll tie my main line on, and then I'll put a piece of that heat shrink on there, and that really protects that knot. And you can put it right over top of that barrel, and it will still allow it to spin because it doesn't grip tightly onto the line anyways. And then on top of that, or you could do either or, but I'll use a big giant silicone bead. Big bead. And you can get these big beads. I'm trying to get Freddie to put them on the site. But you can get these big beads. They'll come in a case like this, and they're like $6 for 200 of them on Amazon. You can get any color that you pretty much want. They got all kinds of different colors. But just as a size comparison, like these right here, these bumper stops, these are what come from Whisker Seeker, and that's just a silicone bead basically, but it's just a different shape. But I'll put that over my knot just for a size comparison. That's and actually it was Dan from Goober Time Guide Service that talked about these beads before, but I wasn't sure where he was getting them from until I found them on Amazon. But he uses these big beads not only to protect his knot, but also he's a guide. So a lot of times he has someone on the boat that isn't, as familiar with reeling in fish as some of us might be. And so a lot of times they'll reel all the way up to the eye of the rod. And so this big bead right here will prevent that swivel from getting sucked up into that first eye of your rod. It'll stop it dead in its tracks, but right at the eye. And but I'm not worried about me doing that necessarily. But if you do have like kids or whatever that use your gear, then that's another added bonus. And they seem like real nice quality. It's just a big rubber bead. Nothing too crazy about it, but it's a lot bigger than what you're going to find in the tackle shop.
Yeah, I bought the similar. Hold on. I bought blue ones.
Yep.
But of course, when I ordered these, I didn't realize these got shipped from overseas somewhere. So they had to go through customs and yeah. But,
yeah.
Oh, let's do that giveaway.
I'm huge. Look at me.
You're huge. There you go.
There is awesome trout fishing all around, but I just like them for bait. Let's see. How you doing, Billy? I haven't looked at chat in a while. Randy says pink is a good color down there. Brian says, Austin, I still remember how to go live and bring my tools.
Do you? When was the last time you went live?
Stoneflies, Austin, do you use single hook or make it double rig also? I do use some double hook rigs. I just don't use them all that often. Sometimes I'll just get like a hankering or whatever to make a few of them. And let's see, like in the wintertime, I like using them in the wintertime because you can use a double hook rig with two smaller hooks and put two smaller baits out there and get the same amount of scent as you would get even more scent as one big bait, but you got smaller baits on the hook, which makes more sense because it's wintertime anyways, in my opinion. So that's a good time to do that. But I will use a double hook rig sometimes, just not predominantly.
There we go.
Good to hear, Billy.
Now that one has all F.O.A. power line.
Sweet.
All right, let's go ahead and.
Okay. Stonefly says, Austin, how high does that rig float up? I'm so sorry, but I don't know which rig you were talking about. But basically, I'm using 10 to 12 ounces of weight, so it's only going to float up the amount at a max the length of the leader. But if you're on the rigs that I'm using, a float and a Nina Ninja, they'll float up higher because you got twice as much flotation, more or less.
All right, let's go ahead and draw this, and then whoever. Actually, I think I've got Austin's banner. Is that the correct?
It sure is.
Well, there we go. I have fishingfever@gmail.com. So let's go ahead and spin this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
I'll say, watch it be Greg again.
Stonefly. Awesome. Congratulations, buddy.
Stonefly.
So which one do you want, buddy? Let's see. Hold on. All right.
You're full screen.
Go through them again real quick. Halloween rig, or Gregory called it the pumpkin rig. We've got the lemon lime rig, or Gregory called it the key lime pie rig.
I think that was Charles that called it that.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
It sounded like something Gregory would do, so it felt right. And then I got them hanging on a half wall here, so. And then a double Nina Ninja and a float, green and yellow. I got a double Nina Ninja and a float that's red. And they're all roughly the same length, between 18 and 22 inches, I'd say. That one's more mismatched because it's got the green on the thing. But I tell you what, I catch a lot of fish on mismatched rigs. They sometimes they seem to do better than the ones that match. But this is a good looking one. That's a silver Nina Ninja and a pink float. And you'll see when you get it, if you want this one, those boogie sticks from Freddie, they do a really good job of separating the components of the rig. And you kind of want that anyways, because when it's sitting there in the current, if everything that is supposed to spin is touching each other, then it interferes with each other. So if you can separate those components, then you got a higher chance of them actually performing the way that they were intended. But yeah, congrats, Stonefly. Pink one is fine. Pink one meaning the last one that I showed you. This one.
Pink one is fine.
All righty. Sounds good.
That's awesome.
Stonefly. I've never sent anybody one of my rigs before, so I really hope it doesn't get damaged or something, and then I get blamed for him losing a fish or something crazy like that. But
that's the way it's supposed to work.
I'm actually kind of nervous, and I don't know why I signed up for this. Abort.
Hey, there's downtown Ernie Brown. What's going on, brother? There's Ernest from River Rat 3030.
What's up, Ernest? Oh man.
Let's see. What's that?
I just thought of another nice rig that I could tie.
You know what? We'll stay live a little longer if you're good with that.
Okay. I'll tie a couple more rigs. I need to tie some Carolina rigs, but they're so daggone boring.
I'm gonna give away one more TSW bait towel. Again, you get your choice from the dark blue or the light blue.
I'll be right back, Dustin.
All right. So we'll have Mr. Duggar. What's going on, Mr. Duggar? Fishing, saying caught tons of catfish without those fancy rigs. Catfish. And now I'm sad for these fish I didn't catch. Well, get yourself some of these rigs, and you too can catch catfish like Austin.
Like me?
Like Austin.
I catch a fish every once in a while.
All right, let's do this real quick.
I'll tell you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Wrong button.
I was just going to brag about myself for a second, but so now I feel bad.
No, brag away. Put towel in the chat. Let's see if we can do this. There we go. All right, brag on yourself, brother.
All I was going to say was if you haven't looked at that last video I did, I'm pretty proud of it. It's performed pretty well for my little channel. And I didn't think I did anything special, but I must have done something a little bit better than some of my other videos. So
look, I'll tell everybody, like I told you, it's because you put together a great video.
I do try to, and I appreciate that. I do try to. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Just a little shameless plug there.
See, I'm getting rid of all these sinker slides that I used to put on all my other rigs.
Yeah. See, and I don't mind sinker slides. You know, I don't necessarily have anything against them. I've never had like a rig fail because of a sinker slide or anything like that. But it's just in my mind, I want my bait to be where I put my bait when I cast it. So especially these rigs where I'm putting extra flotation, I want those rigs tied immediately, directly to that three-way swivel that has that weight on it. And if you're dealing with wind or a lot of boat traffic or something, where your boat is swaying a lot, then that sinker slide is going to allow that bait to pretty much move wherever it wants to up in the water column, in theory, if you have enough flotation to actually float your bait that much. And I don't want to be sitting there wondering if my bait is 16 foot off the bottom. But it's catfishing, so you might need to be 16 foot off the bottom. You never know where those, the majority of the fish might be sitting within a few feet of the bottom, but the fish, they suspend. They will suspend. They'll suspend way up in that water column too. And
Gregory says that gray and black rig should be called the Smoky.
The gray and black rig. I don't have a gray and black rig, but I can make one
and call it the Smoky.
Look at that. I mean, talk about perfect timing. I mean, just the Smoky right there. Right there's the Smoky. And this is gonna be a good one, I think.
So while we're doing that, I'm going to remove this from the stage. I'm going to share my other screen real quick. I was going to show you the what Austin was talking about earlier. There's the Bright Bite floats from F.O.A. Customs and Gear. Look at that, $4 for one bag. And you get a 10-pack. $4 for a 10-pack.
It's a heck of a deal, guys. Heck of a deal. And you use the codes. It's even better. Even better. I mean, shoot, these you get a pack of these and you get 4 pieces. Oh, I'm not on screen. But you get 4 pieces of that heat shrink that we use to protect the snell knots. And it's $1 for this pack. It's $0.25 a piece for those things. And when's the last time you went online to buy fishing tackle and there was an item for $1? Unless you went to F.O.A.CustomsandGear.com, you didn't find one. I don't believe. So, Freddie, you want to talk about fairness and price. I mean, Freddie is pretty much on top of the game there.
I agree, 100%.
$1. That's nothing against other brands, I'm not saying anything bad about other brands, but I mean, you gotta throw in I mean, that's just $1. You just ain't gonna beat that. So there's the black and gray Nina Ninja with one of those spacers, one of the 30-gram bigger floats, and the bead, and then the heat shrink. So that's not a bad looking rig right there, really. The green and the black, I like that. I like that.
The 205 said Freddie rules. Absolutely. Freddie and Nina. The whole family.
100%.
Yeah, this is one that I felt when I was going to bring my rods up tonight to work on them. This has some frayed. My main line is frayed a little bit, so I'm gonna pull a little bit of this off, and I gotta have good gear to beat Austin.
It's just got to be average.
Give yourself some credit, man.
Now, to beat everybody else, you got to have great gear. You got to go to F.O.A. customsandgear.com for sure. But, I couldn't believe, well, I'm not going to say I couldn't believe, because that's not true. I'm not that surprised. But, I mean, me and Dustin both finished in top 10 in the first LFTL tournament.
You can be honest. You were surprised I did.
No, that's not what I meant by that at all. That is not what I meant. I was going to say I was surprised that I finished 4th, is actually what I was going to say. And the reason I say that is because you got some people that have signed up this year that come from a more serious tournament background.
Absolutely.
You've got the oh dang it! If I wouldn't have brought it up, I could have told you all about them. But which that statement makes no sense. But the brothers, what are their names?
Ronnie and Donnie.
Yes, thank you. You got them. You got Ray.
What's up, buddy?
A couple other people. You got Creole, and his brother and
Andrew.
Yep, and Dustin. They were out there, and shoot, they got big fish of the year so far, and it's a Jim Dandy, 67 pounds, I think.
Yep.
Right off the bat, first tournament. So, finishing in the top 10 against some of these guys is, I think, pretty impressive.
I agree with you. I was totally shocked myself that I was top 10 fishing against those very same anglers.
Yep.
So, I know it's not gonna happen every tournament, but no. It's nice that it happens once in a while.
It might happen every tournament.
It really builds your confidence, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does.
What's up, buddy? Fire Chief in the house.
Oh, hey, Landon. How you doing, buddy?
Hey.
Butterfly Sunshine says, hi, Fire Chief.
Hello.
Mr. Duggar says that he uses those floats with the marabou jig for big brown trout. Okay. Nina rules, Freddie drools. Get it right, says Lisa.
Hey, guys. Donald Long said, hi, Fire Chief Landon. Howdy.
Ooh, I need to consolidate some gear here, man. And now I know what I need to go online and buy.
That's right. And as we were talking earlier,
I don't need any gear, and I don't need to buy anything because I have plenty of everything. Yeah. You said that's what I thought I
heard. Yeah, look at this. So I'm going to share this screen with you real quick too.
Go for it.
This is the F.O.A. Website. But those boogie sticks you were talking about, $2 for a pack of 20. For a pack of 20.
So $2, and that the way I was tying some of these rigs, that'll give you like 10 rigs for $2. Well, you know, that part of it.
Yep.
I mean, that is good.
Hey, Ruben Flores, what's going on? Welcome in. Ruben Flores Jigs in the house saying good evening.
What's up? Yeah, Freddie also has the he calls them the color tubes. He's got a couple different colors. I got some clear and some black right here, but the those are meant to go over your leader line to protect the line from the Nina Ninja, and it also keeps it from moving, because once that leader line gets wet, then that Nina Ninja will definitely slide up and down a lot easier. So, but this tubing will prevent a lot of that. You just got to some brands of leader line and certain sizes are going to be too big for you to put some of this tubing on there. Freddie has a couple different colors that are a couple different diameters. So if you do want this, you need to, Freddie, he'll answer any questions that you have. So just give him a call, shoot him a message and say, hey, look, this is the leader line that I like to use. Can I get some of this that will fit over that? So, and I'm pretty sure that Freddie would take the time to make sure that you are set up for success.
Yeah, and that, like Austin said earlier, that pack, 6-pack of color tubing is only $1.
Yep. $1.
I know I pointed those out to a lot of people at CatCon when I was trying to sell some stuff. I said, do you drag baits? I mean, like, yeah. I said, have you ever seen this color tubing right here? It protects your line. Pinch points, makes you so you don't have to tie any knots on your floats. And they were like, no, I've never seen that before. And I got a couple of people bought them. So, hey, Creole, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Creole.
We were just talking about you.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, for $1, it's, hard to say no when someone's trying to sell you something for $1.
Absolutely.
Nowadays, anyways. Yeah, Chris catch fish with us. He says he uses the color tubes.
All right. For those of you that just came in, we are doing a last giveaway of a TSW bait towel. You have your option, your choice of the light blue. It's got the grommet in it. Or you can do the dark blue.
I like that dark blue. Both of them look good.
I agree. So put towel in the chat. We'll draw that here in a few minutes. We'll probably end this at about 10:30. I got one more rod I got to deal with, and then all of my rods will be ready to go for whether or not this weekend, but definitely next weekend. When I put a whip it on off.
Jeremy says it couldn't have been good if you were talking about me. Oh, it was. We were talking about how y'all got the big fish of the live fishing tournament league so far, and we were talking about how basically how proud Dustin and I were of ourselves getting into the top 10 with anglers such as at the caliber of you, Donnie and Lonnie, Ray Ferguson, different, some good anglers in there, man.
Look at that.
E.T. I say. Okay, Landon.
Freddie's putting towel in. Hope Freddie wins.
I hope he does too.
He can get himself a nice towel.
Yep. Because we all know he doesn't have any.
Yeah. Because he gives them to everybody else.
Yeah. I tell you what, man, I've had this pair of pliers for probably close to a decade now, and they have not failed me. And these are just Ozark Trail needle nose pliers, and they got the cutter on the side there, and I use that for any of my mono. When I first bought these, they were sharp enough that they would cut braid pretty easily, but they've gotten to the point now where they don't really want to snip through that 80-pound braid anymore. They kind of just mess it up. So, but shoot, those things couldn't have cost more than a few bucks. They probably came in a kit. They sell those kits that you get, like the needle nose pliers, a knife, whatever. So I probably paid a few bucks for multiple items, and that thing right there has lasted about a decade now. Just a Walmart brand.
Well, speaking of kits, exactly what Austin's talking about. You can go to F.O.A.CustomsGear.com.
You sure can.
Get yourself a starter kit.
Get the
catcher pack.
Yep, $15.
Got the knife, the pliers, the grippers, the hook remover, the sheath, scissors.
Yeah, Creole. Yeah, he's hit him with a file. Yeah, that's what I need to do. It's just one of those things that you don't think of until you get on the boat, and then, even though I have a file, I keep a hook sharpener.
I was gonna say, I know you do, because you were sharpening your hooks with one.
Yep.
In your last video.
Yep. You can get these. Shoot, I can't even see the brand. I don't even know what the brand is anymore. But look up hook sharpening file on Amazon, and they ain't but a couple bucks. They usually come in like a pack of 2, and they'll come with a little lanyard. I've had these for so long. I've lost the lanyard, lost the other file, but they do a good job. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't sharpen hooks, because you sure can. And we proved that last time we were on the river. So the people that say you can't sharpen your own hooks are the same people that say they don't like Nickelback. They're lying to you.
Who's Nickelback?
Huh?
Who's with Nickelback?
Nickelback. Everybody knows who Nickelback is. The only people that don't like Nickelback are people that are standing next to other people. Because everybody's embarrassed to say they like them. I'm not. I don't care anymore.
Oh, Lisa says time to spin the wheel. All right.
She must be getting tired.
We got 19 folks.
That's the same as last time.
We had a couple come in. We had 23 last time. It came in right there at the last.
Oh. Yeah, Freddie, you need to get these beads on the site. The huge silicone beads. Those things are nice.
All right. We got 20 folks. Let's draw this thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw. Good luck, everybody. Oh, Nina got in there. Did you get in there in time?
Donald Long, congratulations.
Oh, Mr. Duggar Fishin. Nice try.
Congrats, Mr. Duggar.
Mr. Duggar, send me an email scrolling across the bottom of the screen with your address. and which color of towel you want. You want the light blue or the dark blue? And then put in the subject line, you want SNL bait towel or something like that. And we'll get it out to you. Hey, Nina. That's a Whisker Warrior, Nina. For all those of you that were wondering.
Nina, just go grab a towel from your husband. he'll give you one. Tell him I told him to give you one. He'll do that at least once, I'm sure. Or I'll send you a towel. We can work something out, sure. Man, I'm sitting here looking at these rigs I tied, and I tell you what, that Halloween rig is looking nice. I like that rig. That is all F.O.A. customs and gear stuff right there. Nina, I don't know if she was in here when I had this.
You just show it again.
Yeah, I'm going to. Trust me. But there you go, Nina. Orange bright bite, bead, the boogie stick, bead, orange float bead, boogie bead, and the duo pop reverse rattle, and then another orange boogie stick. And that thing looks sharp. I'm sure it looks a lot better in person than it does on the live stream, but I kind of like this. That and the lemon lime looking slick.
That was loud.
I'm still big. Oh no.
You are. She said that's nice. Nina said maybe he can give me one that says giving him beans.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't oh, thank you. I can't talk and operate at the same time. But I'm surprised you didn't keep one for yourself. Giving him the beans. Towels. I love those towels. I was so
Michelle
happy.
to see Nickelback years ago. I was not expecting much. I was pleasantly surprised.
Very cool. Very cool. Mrs. Fever likes Tom even more now because he just publicly admitted he likes Nickelback. Best catchphrase. Nina really likes that. I'm giving him the beans. I messed up and I didn't say that at all in my last video. I'll have to remember.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Did I?
I think you did, yeah.
I did in the video before that.
Oh, okay. I could have swore I heard you say it in the last video.
Yeah, maybe if I did, I did it like subconsciously. I don't even remember. That is a good catchphrase.
Trying to concentrate on what I'm doing here.
There you go. Cold Creek Catfishing Billy says Nickelback landing in London. Great love song. Yep, there's another one. Look, I'm starting a revolution. This is the only place on the internet where people are publicly admitting that they like Nickelback. We have to stand together, people. Man, I met a fella at the boat ramp a few weeks ago, and we were talking about fishing, and he is a fly fisherman, and he was absolutely slaying the hickory shad, and we were talking and whatnot, and he said he had an Instagram page that he posts a lot of pictures of, and he catches a lot of those hickory shad on the flies. So I've always wanted to incorporate some of these flies into fishing for them with regular spinning gear. You know, I'm not going to go out and buy a fly rod just for the shad run, but so I messaged him and asked him some questions, you know, what sizes and colors and things he recommends and whatnot, and where I could get some. And little did I know, he actually ties his own. And he was more than willing to send me a sample pack of some of the ones that he has tied.
Nice.
Yep. So there they are right there. Looking pretty good. He really likes the pink and chartreuse. Got a couple orange in there, but it's like a number 12 hook.
Well, Creo admitted it too. He said "Sided Bullet" is the only song of theirs I like.
Very cool. You daggone right, Freddie.
Greg Bird said, "Austin, tell this old man
who is
Nickelback."
Oh, it's a band, Greg. It's just a band. Some of their songs are a little, harder rock than others, and then they got some real soft stuff. And I prefer the harder stuff, I guess. But it's all pretty good, I reckon. It's just like any other band, though. You got like 3 or 4 songs that you really like, and the rest of them are kind of, take it or leave it. Gregory says he's eating the 2-year-old Swedish fish snakes right now, and I hope they're still good. Do they taste good? If they taste good, yeah. Hey, buddy. If they taste good, then they probably are good. Probably are. I tell you what, my what time? I really like Into the Night that Chad Kroger did with Santana. Yeah. Yep, that was good. Gregory talking about eating candy and he hopes it's still good. My dad's favorite candy, his favorite candy is Whoppers. He loves a Whopper, and I can't stand a Whopper, but that's his favorite. And then his favorite, more complex candy or whatever is the turtles, like the caramel and chocolate turtles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they are good. And he absolutely loves them things. And my Nana, his mother-in-law, for years would get him a bag of turtles for Christmas. And but sometimes she can be on the cheap side of things, and it's all with good intention. But so she gives him this bag of turtles for Christmas, and he's like, "Oh yeah, heck yeah, man!" And he pops them open, and he's digging into them, and he's sitting over there going, and everyone's like, "What's wrong with you?" And he's like, "They're kind of extra sticky. I don't know what's wrong with." And then he looks in the bag, and inside the bag was a cobweb.
Oh,
and then he looks at the date, and them things went out like 4 years ago. Those were turtles that she bought like 5 years ago that she meant to give to him, and then forgot about them. Found a bag of turtles and gave them to him anyways. Didn't look at the date or nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Creo said Dimebag Darrell of Pantera did the guitar work on that track just before he was killed. Chad changed the lyrics in his honor.
Yep.
Yeah, all these, unless they worked with Garth Brooks, then back in I listen to country music, so
yeah, I listen to country music too, but I listen to a lot of different things. There's like at least a few songs from almost every genre that I appreciate.
Yeah,
but I do like. I mean, I've been trying to do it in my video. I used to do in the videos, I would just do like the country and the bluegrass, which I do enjoy. But the last couple of videos, I've been putting a little bit of rock and roll in there because that's what I like. So, try to mix it up a little bit.
Chris said, Jeremy, I was supposed to be there that night Dimebag was killed, but I fell asleep and missed it. That was 5 minutes from my house.
Wow. That's crazy. That
Landon's picking all these comments for me to read.
I really like Pantera.
Denise, what's going on? She says, hi, Tom. Hope you're well. Greg said, I grew up on country.
Yep, I pretty much did too. Other than, well, actually, on my mom. My mom really liked country. And then both of my parents, though, were big, 80s hair bands. So I listened to a lot of that growing up. And Dad was always big, AC/DC, Metallica, Scorpion. He liked a lot of that, Van Halen. So I guess I just was raised on a real mixed bag.
Gotcha. Miss Denise said she's sore from garden work, but got a lot done. Well, good.
That is good. I was going to do some garden work today, but then I kind of ran out of time because they were calling for rain this evening.
It rained a little bit here. Gregory Lemon, yes, I did hear about your dad. He posted on Facebook. I hope he's doing better. I'm glad it wasn't what they thought it was, what he thought it was. Yep. So I'm glad he's doing better. But on that note, I think we're going to call it a night. It is just past 10:30.
It is.
It is. I've had a great show. I've had a great time on the show. Appreciate everybody coming in and sticking with us in chat tonight. As always, please go visit F.O.A.CustomsandGear.com. Pretty much everything you saw here tonight, you can get on F.O.A.CustomsandGear.com. Use TSW10 or Fever 10. Save yourself 10%. And you can get, like I said, pretty much anything you want to get from rods to terminal tackle, minus the reels. Pretty much everything else you can get there. And everything is quality. You won't find any better customer service anywhere, in my opinion. That's why I chose to represent Freddie and F.O.A., Freddie and Nina and the family in F.O.A. And I'm glad they gave me the opportunity to do so. And I couldn't be happier with a group of people that they pride themselves on their customer service and their kindness to others. So thank you, Freddie and Nina, for everything that you do for everybody, not just in the fishing community. But also go check out River Cats Tackle if you want to get yourself an Ancient Mariner gear, Ancient Mariner reel. Captain Spirit is a part of River Cats Tackle. He does a lot with them on their shows, and he was at CatCon with them last couple of years. Ancient Mariner reels are fantastic. He also sells rods too. But go check out River Cats Tackle. I think 92210 gets you 10% off there. I think there's always free shipping through that as well. And Ancient Mariner has a lifetime warranty on a majority of their equipment. And you can always, thank you, Gregor, appreciate that. You can always send back any reels or whatever, and he'll clean them up for you, fix them up, send them back to you. He's a good guy. Great quality. But thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. And hopefully I'll post next week's show. He's about to end the show. Post next week's show a little earlier. I think we have something lined up for next week. So thank you all again. Appreciate each and every one of you. And we will see y'all next Thursday.
Ditto. All of that. I second it.
All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. All right, you click in.
Take care.
Down.
Thanks for watching.